All right, y'all. This is actually a woman promoting some man's reaction video to Saint and Sinner on Fresh and Fit podcast. So let's see if he's good, or maybe there's some things that maybe he might need to think about, or Satan the Sinner might need to think about, or Fresh and Fit might need to think about. Let's react to everybody. The woman that actually posted this, she's not a part of this video. She just reposted what some other man, his reaction. So let's go through it and let's take a look.
As a male, I could have 18, 30, 40, 50 women pregnant at the same time. As a female, you can only...
Okay. Would that be a good idea? Probably not. Probably not. In today's world, probably not a good idea. Okay? First thing, so I'm not advocating for getting 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 women pregnant at the same time. Maximum women you should have pregnant at the same time is the maximum 2. Maximum. And you really shouldn't do that unless you're in a particular circumstance. But that's neither here nor there right this particular second. But yeah, you shouldn't have over 2 women pregnant at the same time. That's too much. Way too much. All right, let's get back to Saint and Sinner on Fresh Fit podcast with the young man going to give us a little testimony or whatever. All right.
be pregnant by one man at a time. And further, it benefits you as a woman to stick to that man, because the more you get pregnant, the more your value declines.
Okay, I think what he was saying is not her value as a person, her value as a sexual object goes down. I think that a lot of times these people don't separate that from what's actually being said. They think you're saying that the person's value in total goes down as a person, and that's not what you're saying. What he's saying is her value on the open sexual marketplace is going to go down, as well as her value in the long-term relationship marketplace is going to go down. Those things are going to go down with every child that comes out of the womb. That's just, but it's supposed to be like that because you're supposed to be with one person because you're supposed to be married. You're supposed to be married. But so we're not putting these things out there, right? So he's not going to mention that, but you're supposed to be married. That's when you're supposed to be having children. Not really supposed to be having children outside of marriage. You really shouldn't. You're not supposed to do that. It's not. It was not intended for that to be that way. We have rebelled against the natural order of how things are supposed to go. All right. So this is Saint and Sinner on Fresh Fit.
Stretch marks, losing the vaginal elasticity, and all of these meaningful things that attract men. So you are one who should stick with a man. So monogamy is very meaningful for women, whereas for a male who has a lot of resources, monogamy is not a necessity.
It's actually a detriment to you. I personally think if you're a man of a certain status.
Okay. So he said that Saint and Sinner said that monogamy is not a necessity for men. It's not a necessity for women either. However, it makes more logical sense for both parties to be involved with the child. But yes, either party could live without a monogamous situation. So, and then Fit said, Myron said that it's actually a detriment to a man when you're making a certain amount of money to be in a monogamous relationship. That is 100% false. I definitely don't agree with that. But what do I know? I got 32 years married. What do I know? I'm just talking, right? If you have a certain level of of resources, why are you out there having unprotected sex and having sex? Sex is for married people. Sex is for married people. It's not for not unmarried people. Married people are supposed to be having sex, right? Because sex is for bringing babies into the world, right? And the best way to deal with babies when you bring them into the world is to have two parents right there, right? That is what marriage is for, right? But let's see the convoluted way they're going to try to attack this situation.
It's an income. It's stupid for you to be monogamous, but
Now, he just said it's stupid for you to be in a monogamous relationship if you got a certain amount of income. Absolutely 100% false. 100% false. Married guys make more money, they live longer, and their children come out better. Period. The end. Statistically speaking. All right, let's get back to the story.
I'm saying, but women can still benefit from you not.
He said a lot, but let's just start with a simple question. Do y'all think being a deadbeat dad is only limited to broke?
Okay, so here we come from the divestors and the capers that protect them. We made the leap from you not being monogamous to you're a deadbeat dad. We made that leap, right? Their biggest weapon is the extrapolation. Now we've extrapolated from the man just saying, I don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, to now he's not taking care of his children. Right? Those are two totally separate issues, if I'm not mistaken. But that's where see, in the black community, man, comprehension is just so poor. It's so poor. It's so poor. Not everyone, excuse me. Many people in the black community, they think with their feelings and not with their brains. The man never said, don't take care of your children if you're not with the mother of your child. But this man just made an extrapolation that, hey, if you don't want to be monogamous, you're not going to take care of your children. You're a deadbeat dad, right? Gotta watch the logic of the capers. Gotta watch the logic of the capers.
Broke men? I asked that because a lot of people lost in the sauce of capitalism, and you believe that because you have a certain income or resources, this makes you immune to being a deadbeat, and I don't think that's true.
I never heard anyone on the panel say any of that. But, like I said, the capers and the divestors use the same strategy, which is extrapolation. I will just, if you didn't say it, it doesn't matter whether you said it or not. If it's a fact or not, it doesn't matter. I'll just extrapolate this issue and just extrapolate what I want. I'll make my own argument. I'll just make my own testimony. All right, let's go.
And speaking of finances, another thing I want to bring up. If it doesn't make sense for a man making a certain income and resources being in a monogamous relationship, you recognize that has to flip on the other way around too, right? If there are women that has a certain amount of income and resources, and I'm just wondering, does it make sense for them to be in a monogamous relationship? Another thing I want to bring up.
Wait. Now we have to have some honesty here. We have to be honest here. If a woman has lots of money and resources and she's up in age on the open sexual marketplace, and that's where the initial attraction takes place, is in the open sexual marketplace, she is not going to be as highly of a value as a woman with half that income or a quarter or a tenth of that income with a better physical appearance. That's just the reality of that. That's the reality of that situation. See, but we don't want to have these hard conversations. That's why it's good for an older woman to keep trying to make sure that she maintains her sexual market value by doing different things to maintain her sexual market value or to be able to reinvigorate her sexual market value. Not going to get into all of those things right here, but definitely there's things women can do to invigorate their sexual market value. But to just say, well, I got money as a woman, I got money, therefore I'm just as valuable as a man my same age with the same amount of money, that is wrong. That's erroneous. Because men are not like women. Women are attracted to power and money and resources. Men are not attracted to that. And especially really men that are trying to start families and be monogamous, they're really not attracted to money and power in a woman over looks. They're just not. A woman will be attracted more to power and money than looks. But men are not like that. So you're being disingenuous in the marketplace, young brother. But let's continue. Let's continue.
Respectfully, if it is true, the more women gets pregnant, the more her value declines. This means the moment this sucker was conceived in the womb, that he brought the value of his mother down.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
Obvious ugly trade-off. He's literally making the argument that in order for the world to be birthed, people with wombs have to be devalued.
No, they have to be. Listen, man. This is why the capers are not. That you can't really give them credence, credibility, because they make disingenuous arguments. Did the man say that she's worth nothing? No. He just said her value goes down on the open sexual marketplace. The open sexual marketplace doesn't care that you're a good person. The open sexual marketplace doesn't care that you got a degree. The open sexual marketplace doesn't care that you own a home. The open sexual marketplace doesn't care that you a big baller making millions of dollars. The open sexual marketplace doesn't care about that. The open sexual market cares about your physical appearance first. That is the initial thing that's going to bring them in. You having resources does not attract men. And really good men are not attracted to women with resources. They're attracted to women with a physical presence and childbearing ability, typically. Outside of those two things, and you can say, well, I got money in a house, so therefore I'm just as valuable on the open marketplace as an 18-year-old or 20-year-old girl. Come on, stop. Gotta tell the truth here.
So, Podcast Stay On gotta be one of the most fragilely masculine podcasts I ever came across. It's structured by sucker solidarity, where boys get around other suckers with an attempt to appeal to each other by denigrating women, all because
Now you had a point there. They could say things in a different way. They don't have to be as vulgar about it, or, you know what I mean? Things can be said in a much more strategic way. I agree with that.
They the real ones and them other men be simping. But only middle school minded man sees woman empowerment as simping.
Wait a minute. I don't think any of them said women empowerment is simping. Maybe they did. I didn't see that part of the broadcast. So, but I think most men don't see it as simping. Most men see women empowerment has a line that should, at some point, it shouldn't be crossed. But most women cross that line. So that's what we're talking about, I think, in terms of women empowerment. Yes, women should be empowered to do lots of different things. But at the same time, there should be a line, a demarcation there, so that women can know, hey, you know, after you cross this line, now you're walking into a territory that men are supposed to take up. And if you take up that territory, where's the man supposed to stand? That's a good question. That's a pretty good question. If you taking up the man's territory in the relationship, where is he supposed to stand? All right, let's get back to it.
Really trying to define women based off the elasticity of their vagina? Come on.
Wait a minute, bro. See, you got to understand, man. That's very important to the average man. Very important. The condition of the vagina is very important to a man. So that's going to be a serious factor for consideration in a long-term relationship. For short-term relationships, no, that is not going to be the issue, right? So if dudes want to use you as a jump off, use a woman as a jump off, no, it's not going to be a huge consideration. But when you start trying to get into long-term relationships, the condition of the vagina is going to be very, very important. Just like I would think the same thing in a woman. The condition of the penis would be very important to them. Very important if they was considering a long-term relationship with somebody. Right? And so we know, although average penis doesn't wear down with time, but it takes a long time, probably in the 80s or 90s, for your penis to actually get to a point where it's the use is questionable. But women are not like that. The usefulness probably starts fading about maybe 35, 30. Well, that's what they say. You have chances go up for complications in pregnancies, right? 35, 36, somewhere in there. All right, we got to be truthful, man. We got to be truthful. That's why you got to get a good woman, because that way you can help her keep her sexual market value to you. Because she's no longer going to be in an open market. She'll be on your market, and with you want her to keep her sexual market value with you. Even though she's 30, 40, 50 years old, she keeps her sexual market value with you, therefore keeping the sexual tension going in the relationship, therefore keeping everybody's interest in the relationship. Right? Brother Clarence, you don't know what you're talking about. I know. All right, let's go.
Oh, man. And every time I see this dude out here, he talking some shit about some women. The first time I seen him.
Then I'll tell you why. The reason that you must be submissive is because everyone has their roles, and the roles don't come out of thin air. The roles come directly out of biology. And let me show you why you are submissive. If I was there right now, I could make you submit. You ain't even got to.
All right, so that is a bold-faced lie, because you can't make nobody submit without them submitting, without violating them, right? If you're prepared to violate someone, then yeah, you might be able to make them submit momentarily or until they're in a position where they're able to defend themselves. But you can't make anyone submit to anybody, to anything, unless you're prepared to violate them. So is he saying he's prepared to violate her? I don't know. I don't know. That sounds pretty suspect right there. But hey, a lot of young guys talking. They just talking, and most of them talking out of from their experience, not from the reality of how things actually go. All right, so let's get back to it and have the young brother break it down for us.
Take the option. I'll make you submit. And here's the difference. You can never flip the script and make me submit.
Passive-aggressive threats to make an intellectual point to a woman? Sucker shit. And then
I don't think it was passive-aggressive threat. I think it was a real threat. I think he was really threatening her that he could do it, And that's pretty suspect there. Might want to watch threatening people online. Yeah, I would do, peace to the saint and sinner, but yeah, you might want to watch that one, bro.
And podcast, whatever it's called, it's only making headlines when they doing plantation patriarchy type shit. As a man,
what's plantation patriarchy? That's the first time I heard that one. What's plantation patriarchy? Man, Cynthia G's got a whole vocabulary for these cats, man. Right on. But I don't understand. You caping for your own destruction. The divestors want to get rid of you, and you caping for them. That's crazy. How do you guys do this stuff? How do you guys be down with the divesting community when their whole purpose is to get rid of you? How do you support them? How do you make that work mentally? The divesting community wants to put you guys in the dirt. I literally did a live stream where we went over some of Cynthia G's talking points, and one of the points was we only need 10% of the black males that's out here. She wants to get rid of. I would imagine you would end up in the 90% that she wants to eradicate. How do you guys make that work? You willing to fall on a knife and delete yourself to just to be down with that movement? No, bro. I think I can see what happened with you. You were raised by a single mom, and so you got all this information from your mom, and you unfortunately have been misled, and that is the unfortunate part. You know, to be for the divesting and deletion community, the baby merkin community, I feel like you are where they clearly said that there's no, they're looking for another option besides merkin black male babies and getting rid of 90% of the men, of the black men out here. So I don't know. I can't seem to do the math why any man, black or white or any color, would be, well, the white ones, yeah, I can definitely say, well, not all white men, but definitely the ones that's promoting the black inferiority. Definitely, I can see why they would be down with the program and promoting it and putting money into it and everything. But you black men, why are you guys with that program, brother? What's going on? I don't get it. But anyway, let's finish up.
I'm suspect of any sucker that defines his manhood based off of how he dominates women or how he's above women.
Bro, that's the only way you define yourself as a man, is how you work with a woman. That's the only way to be able to define yourself as a man. Everything else is being a male, right? How can you call yourself a man? You have no children. You have no wife. You're not doing nothing but playing games. You playing games because only married people are supposed to be having sex. So you falling short there, and then if you're having babies on top of that, what are you doing? What are you doing? Only married people are supposed to be having sex. That's just the reality of that situation. Because if a baby comes, they're in the best position to be able to take care of the baby and give it what it needs, right? But like I said, man, a lot of this is extrapolation. Anyway, let's leave it here because really, I mean, this young brother really don't know what he's talking about either. And unfortunately, he was giving bad advice. Fresh and Fit was giving bad advice. And even the Saint got caught up in giving some bad advice a little bit there. So, let's just call it a draw. Let's just say, hey, everybody needs to go back to the drawing board and rethink what they were putting out here. And, the best thing for, everybody is to just look towards, if you're not looking towards getting married, then go like they say, go get on your purpose, go do your work. And if marriage is for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But all this sex and all this premarital sex is getting us where it got us. You know what I'm saying? On both sides, men and women. It's getting us where it got us. It got the black community in a tailspin of single parenthood and, pushing out criminals like a mass machine. You know what I mean? And so, we gotta slow this stuff down. and we got to understand what's actually going on here. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Is this young man right? Is Fresh and Fit right? Is the Saint and the Sinner right? Am I right? Who's right? I mean, what's the best way to go? Is it better for everybody? I mean, they got a name for people that's not married, that's having sex, right? They got a name for folks like that. And so, I think we should slow down on all this premarital sex, and that, and do some better vetting of men and women. Do some better vetting. And as far as the divesting community, hey, you not talking to somebody. I just want to them to be able to put their message out. I think once enough people see their message, they will see what's the kind of people that's over in that camp. And as far as them going and being divested and being with other white boys, have you seen most of the divesting community? Ouch. Please go. Please go. We'll help you pack. Please go. Have you seen them? Holy smokes. Most of them. Holy smokes. Ay, ay, ay. Have at it. Have at it. All right, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Oh, yeah, and brothers, never be the aggressor. Never be the aggressor. Peace.